Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show tonight, and I'm glad to be back in the fold. I was out last week. We got an awesome show tonight, especially mainly dealing with a lot of things that have been coming recently in the economy. I'm sorry, over the past months, and definitely with yesterday with the report with the inflation rate going over 9.1% at a 40-year high. Ooh. So tonight we'll be discussing what is the impact of inflation and the recession on you. Again, what is the impact of inflation and the recession? Before we get started, again, I am Deonte Burden. I want to introduce my awesome producers, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening? What's happening in? Also, my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
She in the building.
What's happening? Super show. You know, at the beginning of the show, I always rehash from previous week. Guys, I've been knee deep in doing college tours.
Yeah,
with
I saw that.
Two of my sons. PJ graduates from the military academy in December, and Chris graduates next May.
Okay.
So we're just doing joint tours, trying to see different things. Went to Valdosta State on Tuesday. Okay. We're down to Georgia State today. And we're going to SCAD on Monday. What's SCAD?
What's SCAD?
Savannah College of Art and Design.
Oh, okay.
But they have an Atlanta campus. Okay. So we're going to go down there Monday. Chris is in engineering and gaming. So we'll go down there on Monday, man. So it's what your boy been doing with that. Also, guys, remember, we got the, you want to start your own tax business course, the Short Dollar Way. I got the links and all the videos and everything. So if you're interested in doing that, I'm going to do a lot more promo videos starting next week in regards to starting your own tax business course. So please be on the lookout for that. And also, guys, I have told you before, I'm an expectant grandfather. You're in the top I'm the granddaddy. My oldest son, Torin, him and his girlfriend, Tati, they having the gender reveal at my house on Sunday.
Okay.
You know, so everything. So, you're supposed to wear the color of what you want.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got all these boys and everything. I'm looking for a little estrogen in my life.
So you wearing pink?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my pink. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm super excited about that. But so big shout out to T and Tati and guys. Also make sure you're looking out for that tax business course. The links is gonna be in the videos. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. The main hub for the Mr. Short Dollar is the YouTube channel, where we have over 400 videos on the YouTube channel covering business operations, business finance, business management. We have a grants playlist with over 150 grant opportunities for you guys to take advantage of. Main way I want you guys to, if whatever platform you're looking at, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Check out all the great information. Like I said, it's over 400 videos on the YouTube channel. That's right. 400 videos telling you anything you need to do for your personal finance, your business, entrepreneurship, investing, real estate, all that great stuff. So make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, make sure you hit that bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Mm-hmm. So, guys, what we're talking about, again, the impact of inflation and the recession, in light of the report that came out yesterday in regards to inflation get over 9.1%. A lot of times people wonder, like, what is it? You hear it all the time. Inflation going up, recession going on. And so we want to start, initially just from a definitive standpoint, understanding what inflation and the recession is. Inflation pretty much is when the weight of the spending power of a dollar is lessened because in theoretically you have prices or economic strains that are causing, the weakening of an actual dollar. It can be a dollar, man, whatever currency you're using, being weakened by, cost of goods, cost of services going up in relation to that, okay? And not being able to level off. When you look at it in terms of a recession is pretty much, you have economic downturns or slow development from a servicing standpoint, goods being sold, services being rendered, over, what's the definition of a 2-period term? 2-period being a quarter. That being every 3 months, if you don't know. So that's by definition, being your inflation definition, also your the definition of recession. I will be doing videos to explain them a little bit more in depth for you guys. A little 1 or 2 minute videos, kind of, give more, light and context to the text of it, because a lot of times people talk about it, but I really don't know if they know what they're talking about. Cause I had some wild barbershop conversations, them cigar lounge conversations.
Oh, okay, about inflation.
Boy, Biden done did this, Trump did that. Shit.
I think you need to explain how long does it really take for the economy to kick in after certain things. People think it's automatic, but a lot of times it takes a little time, doesn't it?
To what, kick out of it and start in it? What you mean?
Yeah, like say if some people say Biden started or Trump did it, that Trump may implement some stuff that may not take effect until the next person gets in. Then that's when the economy starts reacting to the change that was made prior. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, what Lab is stating is that we start looking from an economic standpoint. Anytime you make any kind of policies or change of laws that affect the economy, everything's cyclical. So what I mean by that is when they're making decisions, especially when they're higher up, and let's just say that may be import taxes, export taxes, different manufacturing restrictions, things like that, other tariffs coming in and stuff. Those things have more of I'm saying cyclical, but also a long range effect. So in theory, what we do in July, we may not see till October.
Okay.
Or December.
Okay.
So changes that were put in, because a lot of times, just being real, when Trump was taking office, a lot of those surges that was in the economy were from things from the Obama administration.
Right.
And but you know how it is. Hey, you there? I'm gonna take credit for it.
Right.
It is what it is.
And like with the gas prices, people say, well, it goes up quick, but it don't come down quick. Gas is a future commodity. It's based on futures. Like what they say, what's the movie? Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Like frozen concentrated orange juice. Yeah. They betting on what the price is going to be in the future. You get what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily the price of it is right now. When the gas goes up, it's because they charge you what the price is going to be, what they got to pay for it in the future.
Exactly.
Now, what they paying for it right now.
Exactly.
Right.
That's an awesome point Lab bringing up, because again, when you start looking at things like fuel prices, commodities, like they're talking Trading Places with the pork bellies and all that stuff. They are about No. And that's an awesome point you're bringing up. I would challenge everybody to do some kind of Google search or YouTube video explaining commodities, and I probably need to challenge myself to even make a video on it. But just understanding how, for that future perspective, how things are purchased and locked in on price, theoretical assumptions of what something's going to be in the future, and that's how they're locked in. And a lot of times people can over and underestimate certain things, and we had ramifications of it. Then you have gas prices knocking at $5 an hour. I mean, not an hour, $5. I'll be damned.
But we know what you're talking about.
There you go. Right. And and at that level they buying barrels.
Right.
So those that's an awesome point, Lab. And so when we started looking at this, everybody's going bananas, because we just funny, a year ago, damn near like we were reveling in, hey, everything's going great and stuff. And even a couple months ago, we were just talking so much about people not even want to go back to work and what the hell everybody had and stuff. And like now, people sweating bullets now.
People getting laid off now.
And everything.
Tesla just said 229 got to go.
I got to start the press. Say what's up to my brother, Chris BMU. What's happening, my man? What's happening? Chris BMU, man. What's happening, my brother? Man, boy, I miss you, man. Hope you're doing well, baby boy. We start thinking about these kind of things. That's what I want folks to be a little bit more forward thinking. Because one thing about it, I think negative things happen to us less when we're being proactive, forward thinking and trying to plan our lives, as opposed to, oh Lord, man, they just shot gas prices up. Oh man, milk cost $4 and all that. I want you guys to start thinking in regards to that. And not only just thinking about that. I'm not expecting people to be Deonte.
Right.
And understanding what I know or whatever. But I just want you to kind of understand that there's a cause and effect for everything out there that we do, right? Things just don't happen because Biden, you know. Right. And it's not me even speaking in terms of in support of any, politics being support of any president, but just understanding how everything happens from a national or global perspective that impacts your everyday lives.
Right.
We look at a chip shortage that shot car prices up, and people just were like, what the hell's going on? And then exactly. And then you start looking at where you have hell, I can look at my little rental house that probably 5 years ago I was renting for $800-900.
Right.
Getting that 14 now. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know, things change.
Right.
Things change, and I want you guys to kind of be open-minded in regards to how they change. But what I do want you guys to be doing is I want to have a real open floor where you guys are throwing out your ideas or how you're looking at certain things. There's no right or wrong discussion, guys. So I just want you, had a floor open tonight to just find out how everything is being impacting you, positively, negatively, or just like hell, everything's status quo. There's been no change in my life, right? I want to have those conversations tonight. Again, tonight we're having a discussion about the impact of inflation and the recession on you, okay? Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I forget anything? If you're on one of them other platforms, give a shout out.
Right.
And everything. So
you ain't on TikTok?
Yeah, we on TikTok.
You ain't say TikTok?
Yeah, we on TikTok and
Instagram.
everything. Instagram,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
We on it all. We got it covered, baby.
Okay.
But when I started thinking about all this stuff, lab, I started thinking back to 08, 09.
Okay.
Let me take you back down memory lane. What was going on in 08, 09?
Real estate market.
You can go get you a $350,000 house. Hey, you making $20,000 a year.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Everybody working in a warehouse had them a mansion. Oh. Everybody. We all making $9, $10 an hour.
With a $400,000.
Everybody, hey, ghetto fab.
8 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms.
Sucker, who? Who?
Right.
Take me back. Boy.
Right.
They had a product out there called, I don't want to have nobody shed no tears, called interest only.
Right. Interest only.
And those arms. Well, you paying $300 or $400 a month.
Right.
On a $300,000 house. Yes, sir. Huh?
To that,
yeah.
To that, what's
so you had something called
principal.
what was the name?
The principal, right?
No, but what was the introductory rate?
Oh, okay.
Ran off,
right.
And you had to start paying it, and you couldn't refinance it because they had something called a prepayment penalty.
Right.
So you had to pay $3,000 to $5,000 just to refi your house, so you were stuck in, and it was like an onslaught of all these people that was everybody was coming up due. Man, my note was $300 to $1,500. Man, it's $1,800 the next month. Man, it's $2,000, and folks were going crazy. Hey, listen, I sat in them damn break rooms, seen grown men cry.
Well, I'm gonna give you a perspective from the higher end market.
Talk to me.
It ain't nothing like working somewhere and that $800 million note kick in, and you can't pay it. The bank calling $800 million, and like, hey, we need to get that $800 million on that loan we gave you for that shopping center you built, and you use your other shopping centers collateral. We want them both, or we want both shopping centers, or we want the $800 million.
But it was on a balloon note.
Yeah.
Though you're live at Fox 5. You just see the man jump off the top of Linden Square Mall.
Right.
Matter of fact, we've seen a chain of these events all around Atlanta.
Right.
People jumping off the roof of their buildings.
So that's a different perspective. So you got to start laying off employees because of what? You didn't got that note.
Man, and that's the thing about it, man. And lad, real talk, I was working at John Wheeler Homes during that time, man. And I just remember how people. No, I wasn't at Wheeling. I was
Because Will was making
No.
the Craftsman homes.
Yeah. I was working at Wheeling. Prior that first recession, what was that? 03, 05, something like that.
06, wasn't
Yeah.
it? 06.
And then when the building started, and then when 9/11 was what year, like? Cause that was like the beginning when everything first started.
Wasn't it like 2000?
Was that 10?
Yeah.
10 or 11, or 8?
No, it was earlier than that.
Earlier than that. I can't remember the year.
I want to say
But all
2000.
those events were chaining.
Wasn't it 2001?
All those events were chaining. Around about the same time. It was 01.
Yeah.
01, 02, because I got out of reserves.
Yeah, because I was working at Development Diversified.
Yeah.
So I know it was like that.
01, 02, yeah, because I got out, I think, reserves in 03. So all those events and changes just pop, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And, you know, in that 08, 09, I shared with you guys in regards to when I had the cleaning business. I had that $30,000, I had the video about that $30,000 line of credit, running my payroll by 25, clearing it out. And I woke up that one morning and that line of credit was $5,000.
Right.
And you ain't seen scared.
So you seen that
So you see shit. And I gotta figure out some story how I'm gonna pay these folk.
Right.
And you start going in your own personal stuff, which in essence led to me just shutting everything down. And it's rough to lose your job and to slow down of the economy. But it's even rougher from my perspective. I've been on both sides. It's rougher to tell people you gotta lay them off.
Right.
You know, good folks. And that it do something to you. You know what I'm saying? When good folks, you know, got families, but also good folks to help you make money.
Right.
You know, and just be able to, you know, they come in, hey man, what's up, Pooch? You gotta, hey bro, we can't, you know, and
we can't do this right now. Yeah.
And then that shit, it hurt. It hurt, man, and it do something to you for a long time. And I just remember how that was, and I remember even though just looking how you go from probably in that Clinton era, where here you walk out, you lose one job, walk down the street, get another job. It was crazy.
Right.
So you go to a point nobody's hiring, banks ain't giving out no loans. It's just at a super standstill.
Banks got all the money to give out loans, but they chose not to do it.
Oh man, and hell, and they were closing, and if you had over the FDIC insurance allotment was $250,000, you were losing it. You had people losing their whole savings in these banks because they had millions of dollars in the bank.
Banks getting billions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing they were getting back was a check for $250,000. I mean, it was some woo. Yeah. Those were rough times.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I didn't have that kind of money because if I did and I lost it, I don't know if I'd be sitting talking to you guys. I might have been jumping out Lenny's mom my damn self.
Right.
But, and I say this to say, when you go through things like that, starting it off, it impacts you in a tremendous way, but you also learn things.
Right.
Well, you know, you can look back, man, I should have did this, I could have did this, that, and that. And hopefully, when you start looking at the I should have or I could have, you practice them. Unfortunately, what happens is when we kind of regroup in life, what happens? We don't learn shit from it.
Right.
Once I got some more money, I got some more money back in my hand. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
You know?
So, praying to God. I know I done used up my 3 favors, and then go right back to sending a week later.
I talked to a friend of mine the other day. He was talking about he was looking to get some money coming in. He gonna start trading. I said, bro, you're going to be broke in a year.
Right.
And because you don't know that. That ain't your world. He told me I'm not going to put my money in the risky investments. I said, well, that's about as good as that whole buy low, sell high. Who the hell lose money on purpose?
Right.
Who goes broke on purpose?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Come on now. Who the hell is going to lose money on purpose?
Right.
And I think when we get money in our pockets, man, people feel like they're smarter. And you go back to probably a year and a half ago when everybody was getting their PPP, disaster money. Oh, we knew it all.
Right.
I'm gonna start up my trucking business. I'm gonna start off get my food truck.
Right.
I'm gonna do this and do that. And you know, let's be real. How many of them around now? I mean, business ain't no joke.
But you think about how when celebrities make money, all of a sudden they become financial gurus. They giving out motivational speaking on how to make money. You got to get up in the morning, and you can't sleep because money don't sleep. And you sold a couple of albums. That's how you got your money. I mean, you wasn't investing in the stock market. You wasn't taking no business courses and getting no degrees. You made a couple of albums and got some money, and now you a financial guru. But we listen to them because they got some zeros behind their name.
And the picture is shown makes it seem easier than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be happy in life and stuff. But I make no bones about it. I don't never sell no dream like things are just extremely easy. To get to a point in life where you're gonna be comfortable. And we all want to be happy. You know, like that movie, that Pursuit of Happiness. We all have that. But I think that we all got a different pathway in our minds how to get there. You know, so when we talk about economic impacts of inflation and a recession. What had me thinking a lot was what kind of challenges people are incurring, and what is your ideas or thought process on how to get out of it. Because I put a video out the other day, and I was just thinking about how to make yourself recession proof. Because I always look at it two ways. The world will always need two things, and that's thinkers and fixers. Again, the world will always need two things, thinkers and fixers. Uh-huh. When we say thinkers, I'm talking about people that can create, innovate, design. Those people, the world is all going to need. If you could make an Uber, uh-huh. Airbnb, Lyft, you know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. When you can create and do things like that, you know what I'm saying? Misfits Radio. Right. When you can do these kind of things and make those, I think the world will reward you because you're putting something out there in the atmosphere that's making life easier on other people.
Right.
From a functional standpoint, from relaxation, from an enjoyment, entertainment standpoint, you're making it. The world needs you out there.
Right.
If you're actually a fixer, you can put cars back together, stop the leaks, build this, make things back whole again and stuff like that. You have a skill set or a gift that a lot of people don't have. The world will always need you.
A fixer.
You know? And when you're not a creator, you're not a thinker, and you're not a fixer, you a doer.
Right.
When you talk about nobody, but at the end of the day, when you only a doer, you got to settle for what the hell you can get.
Right.
Now, did that mean the vast majority? What you about to say, Lab?
I was sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm. Did you read the book, 21 Lessons for 21st Century?
Off and on, Lab.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it I'm gonna do it for the end of the month.
And you talking about stuff that they talk about, like it's gonna be. They even say it to a point to where, 2050, 2055, those white collar jobs ain't gonna be necessary either. It's gonna be all fixers doing stuff because you're gonna have the cars, self-driving cars and all that. People gonna need to be able to fix those things. And they say you have to pivot your careers to certain things like that, where those things are looked down on now, but those things are gonna be the hot commodities later on. Yeah,
but see, here's the deal, man. I think the vast majority of people put themselves in a position where they gotta react. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say that is because once you become informed, once you become educated, I ain't talking about your formal education in school, but once you got information, you're accountable. Mm-hmm. For some odd reason, people don't want to be accountable. Because because it's easy to say, well, I didn't know, right. Or Biden, Trump, mm-hmm. My supervisor, you know what I'm saying? My ex-husband.
You're right.
Hoochie did it. Right. It's easy to blame people for things, and you could have found it helped yourself and got informed. Mm-hmm. But we don't want that accountability. No. So we'll stay. We say that intentional ignorance, mm-hmm. because we feel that as long as I can throw out there that I didn't know, for some odd reason it ain't my fault.
We're gonna fall
accountable.
Right.
Exactly. But the flip side of it is too, we have a situation like what's going on now. Now you sitting here just Shit. Scared.
Mm-hmm.
Scared. Because you don't know if your job going to lay you off.
Right.
You don't know if bread, water, milk, all this stuff is going to skyrocket. We don't know what's going to happen at the pump. But if you one of those people that can actually create something or fix something, again, I'm not saying go be an entrepreneur, start your own business. I'm saying you have a skill set that will enable you to be recession proof. So it don't matter what's going on, I still got this going on.
Right.
I don't give a damn if this and that and all that stuff is falling down. I'm still going to be straight because I'm putting myself in a position. I can sell some shirts. I can sell some candles. You know, I can go, you know, cut some grass. I can go paint. I can go fix, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's something I can do. Instead of me just sitting here, you know, again, and I ain't knocking nobody, but, you know, Lord gave you a brain for a reason. Lord, like I gave you some talents.
Right.
Hell, if you ain't gonna damn use it, come on now.
What's the point?
There you go.
What's the point?
You know, don't be sitting there praying to Jesus, but if folk gonna give you a job, these folk gonna hire you.
Right.
You put yourself in a position where they have no damn choice but to hire you.
Right.
Because you that bad a person. You know, and I ain't knocking nobody loud, but you know how I am. I'm real funny about putting my destiny in other people's hands. And I'm not, and that doesn't mean you gotta be an entrepreneur, that doesn't mean you gotta be a business owner. But it does mean that you can put yourself in a position where you can be the best you possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's even if you own a job and you working with some, see, people knock jobs, I was working with, but you get on the job and you really take yourself time to learn everything that they're doing and how they doing it, and they let you go and you go somewhere else. I done worked a few jobs. They've all been white collar jobs, but I've worked jobs to where I've taken something from each job and applied it to the next one. And it just piled on the information that I know and what I can do because of I saved what I needed to save and threw away the rest. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take what's valuable to you, what you think is going to be universal to any job, and you take it with you. And I don't care if you working McDonald's. You take that customer service experience and you apply to it. You build on that foundation.
Well, that old Calvin stuff was real.
Right.
You know, we're tripping like, yeah, you go working at McDonald's. You know, a lot of times if you want to be able to, you know, elevate through certain things, certain situations, certain companies you have, you can. Are glass ceilings real? God knows. Anybody know? I know.
Right.
You know, but when you start talking about a personal progression for yourself, if you focused on, you know, empowering and improving you like you're talking about, you're going to move and do things in a different way. But if you want to be status quo, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't kissing their tail. I ain't finna be doing all that extra stuff. Because in your mind, you doing it for them. But in actuality, you're doing stuff for yourself.
Just to know, just to learn.
Yeah, so we start talking about now you get out here and all these companies are downsizing because they're trying to conserve things, because we all know the easiest expense to get rid of first is what? Payroll.
Right.
You got to cut payroll.
People don't realize that payroll is an expense. It is not a, I'm sorry, you have the expense budget and you have your, dang it,
So it's your capital budget?
Not the capital expense budget. Have your expenditures, but you also have the money that comes in. I forget what that's called. I'm sorry, y'all.
It'll come back to you.
Never mind. I know what it is, but it's just leaving my mind. I'll come back. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, but you know, to last point, when you those companies, they look at those certain things like, look, man, I got 10 people on this shift. I can cut it down to 5, pay the 5 $1 or $2 more, get them a little bit more responsibility, kind of stress them out a little bit, and we can keep production at the same. Now I might be straining that 5 out, but it's balancing out because I'm giving them a little bit more money. I ain't giving them all the money I was giving you. I'm giving them more they were making. But then theoretically, everybody cool.
Revenue.
There you go.
We are the expenses. We're not revenue.
And, you know, we don't theoretical revenue, like Lab said, revenue, that's the money you got coming in.
Right.
And no company look at that. You know, and at the end of the day, what's up, Bree? Appreciate you tuning in. The people are so far stuck in the way they do at their job, and don't take a chance to look at the big picture of the impact personally that they have with their job, and be it good, bad, or not a damn thing.
Right.
You know, and we all got to kind of look at that. That's why I say you always want to make sure that regardless of what you do in that life, you try to make yourself the best you possible. So we start looking at, you know, the cost of doing business or the cost of living, all this stuff going up, how can I try to mitigate that loss, mitigate the impact, the negative impact that's happening on my day-to-day life?
Right.
And we got to sit here and think about that. So you got to be kind of proactive. Forget you don't want to be no damn entrepreneur. I get it, but sometimes you can't help it.
Right.
You might got to go down to the lake and throw that fishing pole in there.
Slick says checks and balances. It is checks
and balances. There you go. There you go. You might got to go down to, what is it, King of Diamonds?
Right.
Show them stretch marks off.
Whatever your hottest commodity is, right?
There you go.
Well, your best asset, whatever you have that is your best asset, you may have to use them assets. You may have to use those commodities. All the same thing. Assets and commodities are the same thing. You have to use those commodities. You have to use what makes your company run better for you.
What the little girl said, I'm F-R-E-E. Let's go. Any kids crazy here. Let's go. I can't make this stuff up, right, man.
But that's exactly the point, though. But a lot of people don't. I don't think people realize that they have to add. They have to add to their commodities. People work jobs. They work jobs, and they don't see the prospect of adding to their commodity, adding to their assets. I work a job like we talked about before many times. When I work job part time on the weekends, helping the guy remodel houses. I wouldn't know how to do half the stuff I know how to do as far as measuring and cutting and laying, carpet and tile. If it wasn't for that, I don't like doing it. But if
you know how to do it.
But I could, I know how to do it. If worst came to worst, like if I needed to do it, I could do it, but I choose not to do it.
You'll be no different than one of them guys on Facebook and all that, carpenter for hire, plumber for hire. He ain't got no kind of certification, but you got the knowledge.
Right.
Because ain't now one of them got it.
It may take me a minute to get it going, like using the knee kicker and all that, knee stretcher and all that, but yeah. I know what the tool is when they pull it out. When they pull out the big case and the stretchers in there, I know that's the carpet stretcher. We're going to stretch this carpet from one end of the road to the other. Yeah, I know that.
And I think people are going to really have to, we're on the entry of how things are. Now, I'm not a guru to sit here and tell you that rent going to skyrocket or mortgage, home prices are going to go down crazy, you're going to lose half of it. I ain't got that crystal ball. People sit here and say, hey, we can do this and do that. I don't think I can just give you guys the best advice possible. Prepare and get ready to adjust. No matter what it is and stuff. Right now, again, tonight's show we're talking about it, the impact of inflation and the recession. We're streaming, this is the Dollar Hour. I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We make sure the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. So regardless of what platform you're looking at, you make your way back to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel, where we have over 400 videos covering personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Also business operation, business management, business financing. And don't forget, guys, we have that grant playlist, with over 150 grant opportunities. Guys, real quick before I have a brain cramp. Remember, the deadline for that $20,000 grant is tomorrow. The $20,000, July 15th, guys. So if you have not applied, that small business grant, $20,000. Also got, I think it's a $2,500 startup grant. Mm-hmm. And then we got the restaurant grant that's going through, I think, the end of this month. There's some money out there for y'all.
It's a restaurant grant.
It's some money. And I want to give a quick disclaimer, because I done had a couple inboxes out. I done applied for these grants and I ain't getting these monies. So what? Keep damn applying.
Right. And I want to give a disclaimer out. Getting grants is not as easy as just applying for it. You guys have to do certain things to get those grants. It has to be a certain thing that grant is for, that you're doing, that people don't realize. That people say, oh, that's free money. No, it's little. You got to do some stuff. You just don't get. When I got a grant to go to college, it wasn't just I wrote a letter and got the grant. I had to do a couple of things. The grades had to be a certain way. This had to be a certain way in order for me to get the grant. I had to be a low income, kid in in the urban area. You know, certain things, certain criteria applies when you get these grants. And I don't think people realize that the criteria is strictly adhered to. You know, that criteria is strict.
Well, grants is pretty much, mainly compliance and requirements.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they trim the fat. You got to meet ... and not.
Right.
And if you don't meet that, you just don't get it. Right. I think what everybody has a false sense of when it was just so easy to get grants with the disaster loans and stuff. And everybody was like, hey, I got all this money. And that's not how grants go.
No.
But we put the information out for you guys to take advantage of. And I've had people on the channel, hey man, appreciate it, brother, I applied, I got it. And some people don't. But at the end of the day, you ain't losing nothing.
Right.
You ain't losing that with doing it. So, just put your best foot forward.
The process is not as easy as it was when you get a disaster loan. I know that firsthand. It's just not that easy. It's just not that easy. People say, oh, well, just get a grant real quick. No. It's they trim the fat because they only have 5 grants that they giving. And they got 500 people applying for it.
Well, getting a damn customer ain't easy.
Right.
So I'm just saying it's just part of the process you got to do. So, guys, I want to encourage you guys to make sure, to keep moving forward with applying for those grant opportunities that are there. You got nothing to lose with doing. You got everything to gain. But again, tonight show we're talking about the impact of inflation and the recession. And you start, right now, I think, like I said, we're kind of like in that, the genesis right at the beginning of everything getting ready to start and get funky. So I look back to, beginning of 2020 when the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. And I will say this, I do think world leaders everywhere, President Trump included, they did a decent job of trying to make sure we didn't have another 0809. Mm-hmm. Because again, they did the things they didn't have. They gave you access to capital. Mm-hmm. Of course, you had to have things slow down. I kind of look at it, even with myself, the salon, I had to close that down for 2 months. Mm-hmm. And, that Jewish guy, he wanted that money.
Landlord can't talk about the world being closed. That building's still standing.
There you go. And, it was closed, and I had to figure some stuff out. And the funky part about it with the closing, the ladies left the shop, and then when everything opened back up, they done been a couple months at home. They're like, hell, I don't want to,
No booth rent, no nothing, just doing their thing.
And then you turn around and look at it, what happens? When they going back, I was stuck with the empty shop. The good part came out of you had this whole inception of companies that were allowing me to rent out rooms from people nationwide. Got to come in for a photo shoot, got to come in for a video and stuff like that. They were renting the dang rooms out for more than I would rent them out on a weekly basis. Oh, okay. So, you had your good and your bads and everything coming along with it. Is anybody on any of the floors, Facebook?
No, nobody's saying anything. Just, hey.
I guess everybody doing good. Oh, hey. What's up, everybody?
Or they just may not know the checks and balances of what we're talking about and don't want to be embarrassed.
No, again, the floor is open, guys. I want to have this open discussion, but I kind of looked at that was pretty interesting with having it, and where they had like those apps, people were locking in, giving me my money, they come in, gave me a whole things I probably would, if I was thinking outside the box, I could have been doing from the get-go. Right. Just stay afloat. I look back even at my tax business, where we were offering virtual and remote services for years prior to the pandemic. What that is. Now, I got to sit in front of you. I don't want to do that. And then when the pandemic came, when they in our block in Jackson, you and all them closed down along with us, I was able to put money into Google and YouTube ads, not Google ads and Facebook ads, and we made a lot of money because we didn't have to have on learning curve.
Right.
We still are doing virtual.
Right.
I was already using Zoom and Google Hangouts and stuff when it was there, and so I was able to take the rewards with it. So that was a great opportunity when we're looking at how some things can be taken away and then how another door can open up. And I want you guys to be kind of forward thinking about things that can happen to you, especially that could be coming down the pipe, which you losing something, i.e. job, i.e. money, and just looking at for other opportunities. Now you can start that other little business you're looking at doing. Now you can start put a little more time in your side hustle. Now you start working at a certain part-time job to get to last point, getting you skill sets to help you a little bit later on down the road, just in case you need it.
Right.
Because I agree that the notion that school ain't for everybody.
Right.
I get that. But I damn sure don't think begging for damn opportunities for any damn body.
Right.
School ain't for everybody, but begging for stuff ain't for everybody, ain't for no one.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. I knew a guy who didn't go to college day one. Was a property manager with me at one of these companies. I'm not gonna say which one. I ain't gonna say his name. But he started by being a janitor. He was working as a janitor, and he started doing other little stuff, handyman stuff. And then they said, "Well, can you go over to the property over there?" Start going over the property. Start learning the properties, learning what they do, what they water meters, where all that stuff was at. Doing that to the point to where he got so needed at the property, they said, "Well, shoot, we just gonna make you a facilities manager." From facilities manager, started doing budgets and stuff. From that, started being a he told me this story. He said it took me a little longer than you, but this how I became a property manager. And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like literally started at the bottom and just started learning stuff and doing certain things so he could move himself up.
And once you're in that position, you can go somewhere else and do it.
Right.
You know, because you've added all kind of value to you.
And you experienced.
You know, that's what I think a lot of times people don't focus on.
Mm-hmm.
They add value to their situation, but don't add value to them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they add value to their situation. That being you working hard at your particular job, but you're not adding no kind of value to yourself.
Right.
So if that job were to let you go, or you have to have some kind of change in your life, you can go somewhere else being a better person, as opposed to you got to go into another situation at rock bottom because you didn't do any personal improvements or professional improvements to yourself during that particular period of time. And we got to be mindful of that.
Right.
Because again, you know, just like when we have great opportunities in the economy, we're going to have tough opportunities. And we can't be sitting there waiting for the government to always come in and save us and do certain things.
Right.
Can't wait on Biden. Can't wait on Trump.
Right.
Because they got their own agendas.
Right.
You know? And at the end of the day, you know, some of the things that they do really is not even going to affect you. Yeah. Because you can be so damn far down a damn totem pole, it don't matter if you have Superman in charge.
Right.
It still ain't going to do you no better. You know?
By the time it gets to you, it's gone.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just want to challenge everybody with that. So, you know, again, like I said, I thought about that, even how, you know, things were going unsettling on that one end, and how things turn around and improve for me, you know, in the tax business with that. But when you guys, don't be surprised if we, you know, progressing over the next couple of months, we see those changes. When we start talking about inflation, the $5 shirt going to $10, you know. The eggs and milk prices still increasing.
Right.
Steady while they're saying your job might be taking away hours. At one point you were doing mandatory overtime, now they got skeleton crews in doing certain things. Don't be surprised when these changes happen. What I need you guys to be doing is be proactive and forward thinking about certain things. You know, hey, this is coming. Let me start prepping, you know, in regards to that. If you're in business and you got a certain services that you provide, this might be the time for you maybe to adjust certain things. Don't be afraid. You might got to increase your prices for a little bit, just to make sure you put yourself in position, stay afloat when things slow down. Or if you got to make adjustments where you got to drop prices.
Right.
Or get certain kind of partnerships or relationships that you may be less desirable. What I mean by that is get certain contracts that probably won't be the prime amount for you, but you're able to keep afloat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because certain things like that kind of like keeping a part-time job. But you got to be kind of forward thinking to try to lock certain things in to keep you afloat during that process, if that makes sense. Another thing is, you know, mentally, man, you want to make sure that you're okay too. One thing the pandemic showed us when we were forced to not do anything is your family unit, your mental thing got stronger or it imploded.
It imploded. What are the two?
And God knows mine went kapoof.
Some gonna give.
Yeah.
Pressure bust pipes, right?
Shit. And mine bust all the way open. All the way.
Say hey to your mama.
What's up, mama? What's going on? Mom asks me every week, you got a show tonight? You head to your show? Is it going to be on the internet?
Yes, mama. We gonna do the show.
Y'all talking on there at the show tonight? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really want to think about it because, again, when we start looking at a personal standpoint, especially family-wise and stuff like that, I'm speaking from personal experience, when you got times like this, because we know finances can tear folks apart.
Right.
Tell relationships, business and personal, families and stuff like that. You the proud dad that was bringing home the bacon, and now things have changed. And now you're less than this, It's real talk, man.
Right.
The other side, the other half, she can't do certain things, and now one person feel like they carrying her, and it's just really, that kind of stress caused by these economic downturns.
That's true.
You like, dang, what's going on? This is how we're gonna eat tonight?
Right.
Hey, look, man,
I did the best I could.
Shit. Bread costs this, milk costs this, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They ain't got that King of Diamond body no more. To go make a little extra money.
They got Claremont Lounge body.
Get that Funky Fresh OnlyFans page.
Got that, what's the other one? Yeah, never mind. We're going to move away.
Lab got all the memberships. Lab got all the memberships and stuff. So, I know I done talked for a while, but what I want to do is give you guys some solutions to help you if you have faced any challenges from the economy. But again, guys, this is the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight we're talking about the impact of inflation and the recession. Make sure, again, you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Could give a stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But regardless, whatever platform you're looking at, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take advantage of the over 400 videos that are currently on the channel. So you say to yourself, Pooch, what do things getting rough, things getting tough.
What can I do?
What can I do?
Ease the pain.
To ease the pain. The first thing is, guys, like we're talking about right now, because we're at the beginning. Start preparing. What do you mean by start preparing? What I mean by start preparing is, number one, realizing that things are going to change for you. Don't sit here and try to look at it like, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. I'm going to pray on it, I'm going to think on it. Again, like I told you, God gave y'all a mind to think, so you need to start using it. And start waiting for, like Chicken Little, something to fall out of the sky. It ain't going to be that easy, so you just need to start preparing.
Right.
If your job may lay you off, if your job do cut back hours, if certain things, your rent may go up, gas prices may adjust, the grocery store may start, again, prices may escalate more and more and more. Start preparing for it. How do you prepare? You start looking at things that are actually going to be open to you.
Okay.
If you're going to be able to do a side hustle, if you're going to be able to get a part-time job, if you're going to be able to adjust certain things, if you want to now help refinance,
right,
call your creditors and ask for a rate reduction. Perfect time to do that, guys. Call right now. Hey, I know y'all got me locked in at 15% on my credit card. What do you guys got open? Can you give me 12 or 10? You'd be surprised they'll be inclined, especially because at the end of the day, they want what? Their money coming in.
Right.
And if you can't give them their minimum, they ain't got no money coming in.
Right.
They lose money filing, stuff with credit, with the reporting agencies.
Right.
So I had these conversations being proactive. Call utility companies. Hey, listen, man, things slowing down for me at my job. Can y'all put me on that payment plan? Can y'all put me on a fixed rate for a certain amount of time? Be proactive, guys. Start preparing for the worst.
Right.
And just start doing this. Pride will get you downtown dancing on the corner.
Yeah.
One
more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, pride the hell you doing that, man.
Right.
You can't let that override common sense.
That pride and that ego.
Yeah.
But they say the ego and the pride hide in plain sight within each other, so you'll never see it coming, right?
You'll see it come. You know what the hell going on around
Right.
you. And you be sitting there trying to avoid, everything. What's up, Nick? My cousin Nick done tuned in. You'll be sitting there trying to, like, nah, that ain't gonna happen to me. We just gonna wait and see. Don't wait to see a damn thing. Like I said, be proactive. Make them phone calls. Call that utility company now and say, listen, things slowing down. Can we get, fixed program, fixed rates in? Can call your credit card company, see if you can get a reduction of rate. I want you guys to start thinking, assuming the worst can happen. Having these conversations. I mean, they can even get 2 answers. Yes, no, or hell, maybe possibly call back next week or next month. But I don't want you sitting there waiting for things to get bad for you to start thinking about what you can do to help yourself. Because stuff happens. Right? And I'm going to tell you, share this about me. I say this all the time. None of my close family members and friends share a financial problem. They come holler at me for free.
Right.
And the thing of it is, what happens, I get the phone call a week before eviction.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I get a phone call after they done repoed the car. Like, I can't fix that.
That's already,
You know what I'm saying?
Done.
You see it going. I ain't gonna tell you business.
Right.
But I put it out there. You can come holler at me. And that's
free.
For
We
free.
Family.
For free.
Right.
Anybody know me? I ain't cheap.
Right.
But we family, we friends. Man, give me a call. And so when things like that happen, what the hell to tell you?
Oh, you can't help me.
No,
Yeah.
you damn right I can't.
Me.
Hey,
you
let
don't
me,
want to help me, see?
No,
That's why
I
don't
don't
call
want
nobody.
to. I can't, but
Right.
you gonna put yourself in a position, hell, I can't do nothing with you, but I don't know, I can't do a damn thing. And that's why I say that, look, man, you gotta be proactive. You know things are going in a certain direction. Don't wait for it to just, happen. You dig what I'm saying? And if that bad thing doesn't happen or that negative thing doesn't happen, you cool.
Right.
You still make some kind of adjustments, and if it's something to make you uncomfortable with it, you can always go back, right? Next thing, you gotta be cool about how you react to certain things. When we start talking about how we react to certain things when they start happening, we want to try to be as logical as possible. We all get scared. You've been at a job so many years, and they say, look, as of effective tomorrow, you can't come in. I mean, contract you got going, look, we got to release y'all. We can't do this anymore and stuff like that. It's one of the scariest things in the world. I got laid off when I had a little boy and a baby on the way. And I was terrified.
Right.
I was terrified. It didn't pump me, but also told me, it instilled in me I never want to have that feeling again.
Right.
With doing it. And I learned a lot from that situation. I also learned a lot about myself. But when you get put in them kind of situations, you got to sit there and, have that little shock, mad, pissed moment. But it need to be short.
And adjust.
And then just start moving forward how you got to go back.
Right.
You got to be proactive. You got to be forward thinking, guys.
I was laid off on both. On the real estate issue. When the real estate thing happened, I got laid off. And just recently with the pandemic, I got laid off. 2 different jobs, 2 different situations, but both times I got laid off. So just have to adjust, and just I was mad for a couple of days, but I had to get back on that horse and figure it out. Luckily my friend was like, "Don't worry about it. That little stress of not having to work. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take this where it needs. We're gonna do what we need to do."
Cause you're human.
Right.
You're human. You're gonna feel that certain way.
Yeah.
And we start leading it even with just dealing with basic feel. We're human. We got families. We want to make sure we can take care of our family. We don't want to lose our car. We don't want to lose our house. We don't want to lose our family. Hell, we don't want to, encounter health issues because we stress the hell out and stuff like. We don't want to do that kind of stuff. But at some point, before we get like that, you just got to pump the brakes and look, let me try to figure something out. And if you can't figure something out by your capacity, hell, don't feel bad if y'all go holler at somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, let me talk to you. Hey, cuz, let's go have a drink. Let me run something by you. Run your ideas by somebody. It's going to give you some good advice.
Right.
They may not give you a solution, but just say, hey, cuz, maybe see this. Or, hey, bro, why don't you go do this? Hey, girl, why don't you think about this? Not somebody going to sit here and just,
I don't know what you gonna do.
I don't know what you Girl, you still like that sofa set? You want to get rid of that sofa?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm willing to buy them TVs.
Yeah. you want to make sure you put yourself in a position where hey, listen to Mr. Short Dollar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But make sure you put yourself in a position where you got to get some kind of positive reinforcement with doing that. And lastly, guys, we start talking about when you're going through these kind of things where you may have issues. Somebody had a question. We're looking at this lab is have some sense of optimism. Because here's the deal. When things go crazy or indifferent, you got some people that see opportunity. I remember the show, this before the pandemic, the show Trimming. And I remember it was a white guy on there when they were doing the when Katrina had hit. He was just going around all these places trying to get government contracts, hooking up with FEMA and all this other kind of stuff. So you had one set of people that were actually, trying to survive coming out of it. You got all these other people looking at it like, hey man, this is a world of opportunity.
Ching.
There you go. So don't be afraid to have that radar out there. All of us didn't go broke during the pandemic.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna give you one opportunity. A lot of companies saw that employees working from home ain't that bad. A lot of companies adjust to you working from home now.
So why am I gonna pay $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in rent?
Right.
For my office space? Well, we got to pay me $150, $200 on the damn Google.
Right.
Not Google or Zoom.
And
get
them all computers and send them home.
Come on now.
And let them pay their own light bill, own gas bill, own water bill. I ain't got to pay light bill, gas bill, water bill, and rent, insurance.
Come on now. Have some sense of optimism. Have some sense of what can I do? Well, what I just said again, the world needs two things, thinkers and fixers. What can you create for others, or most importantly for yourself, to help you?
Well, I want my business professor, I'm going to shut up about this. My business professor said, when I was going to get my master's degree, he said, you have to look at the world, look at what's needed and what may not be needed, and see where you can apply yourself to the things that are needed. Everybody that does something because they're feeling a need for something that's needed, like Uber or Airbnb. Everybody want to go to a $700 a night hotel. They want to be in a house where they can cook their own food, save a little money. They feel that void. So you have to look around, see where the void may need to be filled. And he says a lot of times, like you've said it before, a lot of times ideas are not new. They're just recycled.
That's it. All come down who going to apply it.
Right.
Then you hear the person with, damn man, I thought about that. Or you stole my idea.
Right.
And you hear some people, I ain't going to tell you because I want you to, you ain't going to do shit with it. You ain't going to do shit with it because you in the same situation you in for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Right.
So what you keeping yourself, it going to die with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't flex to me about you worrying about I'm going to take it.
Right.
And I am. Because you ain't going to do nothing with it.
Right.
But here the flip side of it is, Lab. Well, people don't understand the thing that you keeping to yourself, Poochie can't affect that.
Right.
If you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If you say, I'm going to start my own landscaping business, you telling me that I started doing it, I didn't take your idea.
Right.
Because you wasn't finna get the people I was going to get.
Right.
And
it's our people doing landscaping. You just helped me put it in motion. That's all when you reminded me about it.
If you did or didn't, I might have took your damn idea.
Right.
So, you weren't gonna, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Right.
It ain't the only damn yard around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just think we have to kind of put that lens, take the fear lens away, and put the optimism lens on. And what can I do?
Right.
To help others, to help myself. When you look at even with this YouTube channel, we're based on, I'm helping people from a financial, entrepreneurial, business perspective. People are getting educated, people getting opportunities, people getting stuff like that. I'm helping people. That in turn is monetizing and helping me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta sit there and say, you see what, opportunities are. You just gotta find a way to be able to do that and you're doing it, and one of the byproducts is going to be success and money for you.
Right.
Is anybody got any questions? Nobody have anything?
No questions.
Okay.
No questions. Everybody know about inflation and recession already.
Okay. Well, it's kind of like the end where we're going to wrap. Excuse me. Got hiccups. That Crown Royal done bit
Crown
me.
Royal do it, don't it?
Damn.
I mean, time to go.
Yeah. But what I am going to do, again, tonight show we talk about the impact of inflation and the recession. I'm going to open the floor for you guys like I do at the end of each show. If anybody got any questions from entrepreneurial, finance, business perspective, I'm open the floor up. So if you got any questions, this is your time. Ask any questions.
Right.
You want to know about your life insurance. You want to know about this, that. You got me right now.
Right. For a couple of minutes.
For a couple of minutes and stuff, with that. Kind of rehash a couple things while you guys are filling in. I'm gonna make some live feeds to kind of talk about that, how to start your own tax business course. So be on the lookout for that. Go again, subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. I think the links will be in all the video for the Facebook and the definitely the YouTube channel. So make sure you go there, guys. Subscribe there, hit that link on how to start your own tax business course. Guys, listen, I'm 21 years in the game. I'll give you my systems, my knowledge, and everything that I have to be successful in the tax preparation business industry. You got people all the time, they start off this and they start off that, we get their tax business set up. They do it for a year. They're doing all kind of crazy stuff. Now they're getting indicted. Then they'll do the next year because they got stuff in place.
Right.
I mean, I've been in the game this long. I don't do any kind of shady stuff. I do it the square the right way, and I'm still around. So, again, let me share that with you guys. Also coming down the pipe, how to start your own salon, how to start your own barbershop, from the perspective of a person that does not do that.
Right.
Okay? So I want you guys to make sure you be on the lookout for that information. But definitely, guys, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to it. But no one's tuned in. Well, look, guys, hope you guys, again, enjoyed the show tonight. Again, we talk about the impact of inflation and the recession. Hope the information was helpful and informative to you. If you got any questions that may come to your mind later on, feel free to reach out to me. Love you guys. Be safe. Make sure you look out for our Change Your Lives, hosted by your truly Deonte Burden. We'll be streaming that show next week. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.